Okay, I was gonna take a break from this series, but I've been effectively shamed into continuing. So here you go, you vultures. Leprechaun in the Hood begins with the exact same footage at the beginning of the original. Not off to a good start there, but is this an indication that in fact these are all the same Leprechaun? Huh? And Leprechaun in the Hood begins with Slug and Mac Daddy, who's played by Ice-T, who are apparently 70s treasure hunters looking for gold underneath the city of LA. They stumble into a hidden room and, oh my god. Oh my god. You guys, it's the statue in the medallion from Leprechaun 3. It's the statue in the medallion from Leprechaun 3. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta say, we have a callback, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented. Oh my god. So yeah, these movies are tied together after all. That is amazing. All Mac Daddy wants is the Leprechaun's magic flute, and he tells Slug that he can have the rest. Slug removes the medallion and the Leprechaun comes to life and murders him with a pick. The Leprechaun goes after Mac Daddy, but he manages to knock the Leprechaun back and accidentally flings the medallion towards him, and the Leprechaun is frozen right where he stands. Okay, so now I'm confused again. The Leprechaun was surprised, and he froze in his surprised pose. So what the hell happened here? Did someone trick him into posing for a picture and then drop the medallion from a tree? Also, that was the exact same pose we saw him in the pawn shop, so unless they managed to freeze him that exact way again, then maybe I jumped the gun on the whole continuity thing. But I'll take an Easter egg at this point, I guess. It's at least something to remind people that these movies are in the same series. We jump ahead 20 years where positive rapper Postmaster P and his friends Stray Bullet and Butch are trying to audition for a contest where the winner gets to perform in Vegas for the finals.
I got no time for negativity. Smooth is my groove and fresh my recipe. Postmaster P, y'all, positivity. A positive flow through your speakers is what I'm bringing, see?
Well, that's nice. Like, that's rap that your grandmother can enjoy. And I mean like a sweet grandmother who likes to knit, not a foul-mouthed grandmother played by Betty White or something. They blow out their speaker and lose the gig, so they try to sell a fake Jimi Hendrix signed guitar at a pawn shop to buy a new one.
It was my Uncle Junior's.
Yeah. He got it from Jimi Hendrix.
Uncle Junior used to play with Jimmy.
At Psychedelic Palooza in 1971.
Didn't Jimmy die in 1970?
Lying to a pawn shop owner is a federal offense. Hope they put you away for a long time, you piece of shit.
Stray Bullet. Boy, you ain't no gangster. And Postmaster P? Postmaster, what is that shit?
No, it's Postmaster P because I deliver a positive message, man, that's all.
Punk ass is more like it. And Butch. Boy, you need to get yourself some
And how are you ever going to win a rap battle if a pawn shop owner can annihilate you that easily? Like, make fun of his hat or something. Or the fact that he spends all day in a pawn shop. Come on, guys, can't be that hard. So they go down the street to try to scam a different pawn shop owner.
I look stupid. Everybody knows Jimmy died in 1970.
They tried the 1971 Psychedelic line again. Guys, you literally don't have to say the year. You made up Psychedelic. You can say it took place at any time before 1971. So they run into Mac Daddy, who is now a big-time music producer.
There go Mac Daddy Onassis right there.
Oh, is he any relation to Jackie O's husband?
Man, why they call him Onassis, man? He don't look Greek to me. He was a pimp, man. Back in the day, Mac Daddy owned asses.
Oh, nope. That is definitely more of a Kennedy thing. Mac Daddy offers to give them a shot and listen to their demo.
Postmaster P, y'all, positivity. A positive flow through your speakers is what I'm bringing, see? The crew and me, we all got unity.
Whoo, shit, that track is still fire. It's no wee genie, but this dude's got chops. He can croon. I gotta say, being from the Midwest, we need more songs about, like, not petting strange dogs and helping the elderly and stuff. Helping others is my jam. And so is asking permission to pet someone's dog. It's called respect. Mac Daddy says that he'll sign them, but they have to drop the positivity angle.
This label, we rap about Uzis, blowing motherfuckers' heads off. You know what I'm saying? Smack your bitch up.
I cut a rap demo one time that was all about holding a woman's purse while she tries on clothes at the mall. It was not well received.
What?
Hello, Mr. Daddy. This is Jim from Flute Toot Riot, and we have your magical flute all shined and ready for you to pick up. There was a slight issue, though. My assistant dropped the flute, and it has a minor dent on the side.
You don't want to with me, okay? I hope you had sex last night.
Oh, I don't know how me having relations has any bearing on the flute issue.
Because I'm going to come over there and cut off your dick. Then I'm going to feed it to my pit. Then I'm going to burn the shit when it comes out of my goddamn dog's ass. You hear me? Don't with me, bitch.
Oh, listen here, bucko. You can't talk to me.
Postmaster P doesn't want to change his style, and Mac Daddy kicks them out of his office. Stray Bullet wants to break into Mac Daddy's and rob him so they can buy a new speaker. But Postmaster P doesn't want anything to do with it.
I'll see y'all and Judge Judy.
Does Judge Judy handle felony cases? Postmaster P finally gives in and they head off to rob Mac Daddy's office, but Mac Daddy shows up right as they blow the glass on the Leprechaun case, and Postmaster P accidentally shoots Mac Daddy in the chest. And you know what? I'm just going to call him Post for now. So Post is horrified to know that he's taken a life, and he's clearly in shock, and they grab what they can, including the flute, but before they can flee, the Leprechaun comes back to life.
Unhand me gold, you thieving hoods. You got more loot than Tiger Woods.
Shoot that mother.
And so Post is over his grief about killing someone and opens fire on what he should basically assume is a little person who was there as some kind of rhyming leprechaun, Graham. Like, your first thought shouldn't be murderous leprechaun. They take off and we learn that Mac Daddy was saved because the necklace he was wearing stopped the bullet. The next day they go back to the pawn shop to buy new gear. And do you know how excited I would be to find a complete in-box Nintendo 64 and Sega Saturn in the pawn shop? In the year 2000, you know those were selling for like $50 max. Now you're lucky if you can find one for under $500. Retro gaming YouTubers have priced themselves and us right out of the business. I don't want to start a retro gaming collection. I just want all of my old systems back. Post starts playing the magic flute and everyone falls into a trance. And the Leprechaun can also sense every time the flute is played.
In a matter of time, the flute will be mine.
But not today, though, because the Leprechaun has to try to figure out where the hell he is, and what's the deal with this passed-out chick next to him wearing sunglasses. And when he figures it out, hopefully he'll tell us, too. The Leprechaun goes to the pawn shop to get the gold back that Post and the gang sold, and the Leprechaun conjures the pawn shop owner's ex-wife, and they begin making out, and I am delighted to say it, this part is actually pretty creepy.
Oh, yes.
Baby, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I miss you so bad.
Oh, Jackie. Love me, Jackie. Love me, Jackie.
It's like they remember this was first and foremost supposed to be a horror series. Like, if I saw that as a kid, I'd be scared. It wasn't perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. You know, for a movie series on its 5th entry. Post is still torn up about what they did to Mac Daddy when Mac Daddy shows up. And Mac Daddy does a perfect impression of distracted nerd every day in music class.
But you are gonna tell me one thing. With my flute.
Hey, let's hide his flute so you have to frantically look for it all the time. Real funny, Jake. And you know, I don't usually celebrate people's deaths, but the list of I'm glad are dead include Osama bin Laden, Hitler, naturally, Count Chocula, the lead singer for the Rudy Toots, Apollo 11 astronaut Doug Schmeltz, not because he was evil, but only because his last few moments alive were spent in excruciating pain, and I'm glad he was given the sweet release of death. And last but not least, would have probably been a pedophile if he lived long enough, Jake Springer. Have fun sharing a break room fridge with Hitler in hell, you piece of shit. They hide out in the church, and Reverend Hanson tells them to perform at Mass.
Jesus loves me. This I know. If he don't, I'll find a home.
But they suck, and everyone gets up to leave, and Post plays the flute and puts everyone in a trance, and they all come back, and is that Coolio? Let me check my notes. Yeah, that's Coolio. Okay. And so they start rapping again.
Jesus loves me, this I know. If you don't, I find a hole. Try to stay strong, cause we belong to the...
And now the powers of the flute aren't completely explained, but basically the flute makes Coolio appear, and it makes people okay with hearing the word ho in church. Mass is over, and Mac Daddy shows up at the church to kill him, and as they're hiding out, we get a scene straight out of a cartoon.
Don't go down without a fight. Right. 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 Right.
Right.
But honestly, the way these three characters play off each other really helps elevate even the most goofiest of scenes. I mean, they're wannabe hip-hop stars, but they're also just like lovable dorks. They run into Mac Daddy and he's gonna kill them when the Leprechaun comes up behind him. And in another callback to part 2, they manage to trap the Leprechaun in a giant safe. The guys get to the rap contest and Post uses the flute to ear roofie the crowd, and it works and they make it to the finals in Vegas. But the Leprechaun conjures up zombie fly girls that he's hypnotized to go after the gang. Oh yeah, and he just got out of the safe somehow. The Leprechaun takes back the flute and forces Stray to shoot himself in the head. And I gotta say, again, props to Leprechaun in the Hood, because they created the first character in this series that I've actually cared that they died. Things are looking pretty bleak, and Butch shows up to say he's going to help Post stop the Leprechaun. And Butch brings over Leprechaun for Dummies, and it's probably meant to be a joke, but the Dummies books were actually amazing, and I would trust them to teach me more about leprechauns in some ancient manuscript or something. Like, oh man, there was no greater feeling than seeing that the bookstore had a For Dummies book about the exact topic you were interested in. Like, do they still make those? Butch learns that the Leprechaun will kill whomever steals their gold, which we knew, and he says he's going to stop him by getting him to smoke weed mixed with a 4-leaf clover. A third callback? This is unheard of in leprechaun circles. They do retcon the effect that clovers have on leprechauns, though, by saying that the leprechaun will just lose his powers temporarily instead of melting. I can let that slide. I'm just glad there's some uniformity here. They learn where the leprechaun is staying and that he has new girls sent up to him every night, so they dress up like women in order to sneak in.
Yo, Mr. Leprechaun! Got you some new fresh homie.
It's a good plan. They easily get the Leprechaun to smoke the weed and he passes out. And they steal back the flute, but Mac Daddy shows up and kills Butch. Again, a second character that I actually care died. And Post kills Mac Daddy as the Leprechaun shows up to get the flute. But again, Mac Daddy isn't actually dead, and he knocks the Leprechaun out. Okay, he's got to be dead now. And as he's dying, he throws a medallion into the air, and the Leprechaun just stands there scared as it falls, and then it fades to black. We then cut to Postmaster P being a rap superstar, but we learn that he's actually being controlled by the Leprechaun,
Taught him everything he knows.
who is now a music producer. So, like, if he can just hypnotize anyone he wants, then why is he always begging for his gold back? And we are then treated to a rap performance by an immortal, murderous Leprechaun.
I come from the land of the Irish Spring. Dublin's the place where I learned my thing. Left in the hood when we're bad, we're good. From the cliffs of Moor to your front door, better turn up the lights and pray some more. We're gonna party through the night until the dawn. Then you and I are gonna get it on. Left in the hood, come to do no good. Left in the hood, come to do no good.
This is good. Like, this is like Michael Clancy good.
He's doing a new thing in our lives, Lord. We're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. Doing a new thing through our music.
So that was Leprechaun 5, Leprechaun in the Hood, and damn it, it might be the best one in the series? I was not expecting that. It was not perfect by any means, but it had interesting characters with some actual character development. Like, what a novel concept. Like, I'm not holding out much hope for Leprechaun 6, Leprechaun in the Hood 2, but who knows?